My beloved child, pause for a moment and open your heart to these words, for I am here to cradle you in my everlasting arms, and I want you to sense how deeply you are cherished. I see every breath you take, every hope that flickers in your soul, and every tear that tumbles from your eyes when you feel unsure or weary. In each of those fragile moments, I am whispering softly, assuring you that you never wander alone, even when life's roads seem shadowed and twisting. Know this truth. I watch over you with a fierce tenderness, and I long for you to feel that constant current of my divine protection. Take courage now, because though you may feel small in a vast and uncertain world, I have already established a path of grace for you. Believe that better days are approaching, and hold fast to my promise. I call you precious because you are a radiant reflection of my boundless creativity, fashioned with a purpose that no one else can fulfill. Even when you question your worth or wonder if you are worthy of such devoted love, I invite you to remember that I shaped you with my very hands, weaving eternity into your being. When you step outdoors and see the glorious sunrise or watch the quiet dance of stars overhead, let it remind you of the grand care I poured into your existence. You matter beyond measure, and I rejoice every time your heart recognizes my presence. Let this knowledge anchor you, reminding you that you are more than just one among many. You are exceptional. I'm intimately aware of every wound you carry, from the hidden scars you've concealed deep within to the fresh hurts that still sting in your daily life. Some pains might come from betrayal, where the trust you once placed in others was met with disappointment, and other pains might stem from self-doubt that gnaws at your dreams. Yet I urge you to remember this. I am never startled by your struggles, nor am I distant when the burden grows heavy. My love does not waver when the nights are long and the dawn seems reluctant to arrive. Instead, I am there, standing guard, pouring solace into your soul until hope awakens again. Do not let despair root itself in your heart. Trust that I am actively working to deliver you from every storm. There are nights when you might feel the weight of worry pressing down, making it hard to breathe, robbing you of restful sleep. I see when your mind races, circling through old regrets or future anxieties. I want you to bring them all before me, no matter how unworthy or disjointed you believe they may sound. Cry out, whisper, or simply rest in silence before me. I understand every emotion you cannot put into words. In those moments, do not push me away. Instead, lean into the tenderness of my love, trusting that I am your Father who comprehends you fully. Even now, I am fashioning miracles out of your distress, and I promise that you will soon see my guiding hand. Beloved one, never forget that your spirit carries the unique light I planted within you at the dawn of your life. You are like a priceless gemstone, shining with magnificent potential, even if sometimes you can't perceive that glow yourself. When doubts arise, when you wonder if your path has meaning or if your efforts matter, remember that I have placed you exactly where you need to be, each step aligned with a divine tapestry that extends farther than your eyes can see. If your soul feels restless, keep seeking me, for I have hidden treasures of revelation in even the smallest encounters. You do not struggle through this life without purpose. In every stage of your journey, I have been walking close beside you, guiding you with a loving hand even when you were unaware of it. When you reflect on the past, you might glimpse all the ways my gentle presence has shielded you from unseen dangers or influenced your heart at crucial turning points. In the same way that I led Abraham to a land unknown, I am inviting you to a grand unfolding of possibilities beyond your current imagination. I do not demand your perfection, but I delight in your honest pursuit of me. When you stumble, I do not withdraw in judgment. I draw nearer, stretching forth my arm to lift you again. I know that, at times, uncertainty seems to be your companion, whispering half-truths about your future and magnifying your present limitations. Do not let those whispers overshadow the truth of my word, which stands eternal and unwavering. I have promised to be your refuge, a safe dwelling place where your soul can catch its breath and your heart can find courage to keep going. Hold on to that promise with confidence, because I do not fail, nor do I retract my assurances. Cling to me through the storms, for I am the one who calms the fiercest waves with a simple command. You are precious in my sight, and I will guard you no matter what you face. Sometimes you compare yourself to others, fearing that you fall short or are not making strides as swiftly as you had hoped. Yet I urge you to look toward the cross, the ultimate display of sacrificial love, and see just how far I was willing to go for you. That act was not a general gesture, it was personal. My compassion extends to the depths of your heart, and I yearn to see you flourish in every dimension of life, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. If the weight of your comparison steals your joy, bring that burden to me. Allow me to remind you that you do not need to be the greatest by the world's standards. You simply need to be who I created you to be, and that is more than enough. I hold you with the care of a shepherd, watching for any sign of danger that might threaten your well-being. Even if you wander off, enticed by fleeting distractions or frightened by unseen shadows, I will leave the safety of the fold to find you. I will not scold you for drifting away. Instead, I will carry you home with a heart overflowing with relief, just as the shepherd rejoices over the lost sheep returned. So, do not run from my embrace. Do not hide your wounds or shame. I am the healer who can restore the broken pieces of your story and turn them into a powerful testimony of my grace. I notice each step you take, whether bold and confident or hesitant and trembling. When you walk through trials that threaten to drown out your hope, remember how my people once crossed a stormy sea on dry land, their path formed by a miraculous parting of waters that no human could accomplish alone. In that same unstoppable power, I continue to operate in your life today. My plan is never thwarted by obstacles or circumstances that seem too overwhelming for you. While you may only see towering waves, I see an open passage. Keep your gaze fixed on me and persist in faith, for I am the Lord who does not falter. There are moments when your heart aches from feeling overlooked, as though your value has been overshadowed by the demands of this world or by the noise of other people's opinions. Hear me when I say I see every sacrifice you make. The nights you offer a prayer on behalf of someone else's burden, the mornings you rise with determination to serve your family or community, even when you feel unappreciated. The quiet hours you persevere in tasks that appear menial to others. Those are the moments that shine bright in my eyes, more valuable than any applause from humankind. Your devotion matters to me, and your faithfulness does not go unnoticed. I long for a deeper intimacy with you, one not hindered by formality or fear. You might think you must present a flawless version of yourself in prayer, as if I am grading your performance, but let go of that misconception. Talk to me like a friend talks to a trusted companion. Share your confusion, your questions, your messy longings, and your silent hopes. I have seen them all anyway, but there is something transformative about you, opening your heart willingly and letting my peace flood each crevice. When you feel like you have no words, simply sit quietly in my presence and let me speak life into your spirit. Watch how even this small act nurtures your faith. My child, do not fear the darkness, for even there my light prevails. Do not fear the uncertainties lurking on the horizon, for I have already walked ahead and prepared a way. Do not fear the voices that say you are insufficient, because my grace infuses you with the strength to meet every challenge. Instead, Come to me with each fear, handing it over as if you are placing heavy stones at my feet, relieving yourself of burdens not meant for you to carry alone. In exchange, I will place hope in your heart, a hope that refuses to be extinguished by the trials of this life. When you face doubts about your ability to endure, I want you to recall stories of those who trusted me wholeheartedly, even when all seemed lost. Remember Daniel in the lion's den, quietly praying as the night wore on, confronted by certain peril, yet finding that my angels had locked the lion's jaws. Remember how the widow's small jar of oil miraculously kept flowing, meeting her needs in ways that defied logic. In the same manner, I can sustain you, no matter how dire the situation may appear. So stand firm in faith, holding to the truth that my power is not confined by the boundaries of human understanding. Though the world may spin wildly around you, though the news may fill your heart with sadness or confusion, do not let that whirlwind distract you from my steadfast presence. I do not change with shifting seasons, nor am I subject to the unpredictability of circumstances. I remain the same, yesterday, today, and forever. When you cling to that unshakable truth, you anchor yourself in a foundation that will not crack beneath the storms. Draw close to me, breathe in my comfort, and remember that nothing is beyond redemption in my hands. I specialize in transforming tragedy into testimony, sorrow into joy, and defeat into victory. Do not be troubled by the voices that challenge your faith or attempt to dismantle your hope. The world has its own echo of doubts, negativity, and cynicism, but my voice is gentle yet strong, offering comfort and direction when you stand at life's crossroads. If you find yourself bombarded with questions you can't answer, bring them to me, trusting that I will respond with clarity in due time. Do not believe that you must figure out everything on your own. Remember how I guided the Israelites with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. In the same spirit, I am providing a light for your path. Keep walking forward and watch how I illuminate each step. I understand your weariness when the journey drags on, when hopes seem delayed or prayers appear unanswered. Yet, I assure you, I am never late. My timing is shaped by perfect wisdom, crafted to bring about the best outcome for your soul. Consider the harvest. Seeds lie hidden in the soil, unseen and seemingly forgotten, until the season is right, and then they sprout into glorious new life. In the same manner, your prayers, sown in faith, will break the ground at exactly the right moment. Lift your eyes toward tomorrow with renewed expectancy, because I have promised that you will reap in joy if you do not give up. The next time life feels overwhelming and you sense no escape from the clamoring worries around you, take a moment to sit in stillness and say, "My name." Whisper it softly if that's all you can manage. You will discover that I am already there, offering my peace as a fortress, standing guard over your heart and mind. When the winds rage and you feel yourself teetering, imagine yourself sheltered under my wings, an image often used to describe the protective love I extend to my children. Let that image comfort you, reminding you that you belong to a mighty God who cares intimately about your smallest need. I have seen you in the quiet moments, laboring in love without expecting fanfare or applause, choosing to remain faithful even when the path is steep. Those hidden acts of kindness and obedience are dear to me, for they reflect the heart of my Son, who gave himself with no thought of personal gain. Understand that your life has a ripple effect far beyond your immediate surroundings, touching individuals you may never meet, influencing future generations with the seeds of compassion you plant today. Nothing is wasted when it's done in love, for love is the very essence of who I am. If you find yourself grappling with feelings of isolation or inadequacy, remind yourself that your identity is firmly rooted in my grace. You do not need any special credentials to be worthy of my favor. I offered myself freely as the atoning lamb so that every distance between us might be bridged. Therefore, let your soul inhale freedom, unshackled from the condemnation of past mistakes. When shame tries to pull you backward into regret, turn your gaze toward me, where mercy overflows. Embrace that mercy as often as you need, without hesitation, because I delight in giving you a fresh start. Each new day is a gift in which you can walk upright in my abiding love. I encourage you to open your lips in prayer throughout the day, not only when you are pressed by troubles, but also when joy fills your lungs with laughter. Let your relationship with me be as natural as breathing, unceasing and life-sustaining. If you are weighed down, speak to me. If you celebrate a victory, thank me. If you notice a friend in need, ask me to help them. Such prayer does not require fancy words or intricate rituals. It thrives on sincerity, humility, and the recognition that I am your closest companion. Through each prayerful moment, you weave your heart more closely with mine. The future stretches before you, but it is not a gaping chasm to fear. It is an open invitation to discover the wonders I have prepared for you, if only you will trust me. When a door closes unexpectedly, do not lose heart. Often I am redirecting you to something greater that you cannot yet envision. Keep your spiritual eyes alert, for I am orchestrating your steps with precision. The experiences you gain, the lessons you learn, and the people you meet are all instruments in my hands to shape a destiny filled with hope. Always remember that you walk with the Creator of time, who sees the end from the beginning. Sometimes you might feel a deep longing to be understood or heard, frustrated by the sense that those around you cannot grasp the entirety of your experiences. Bring that longing to me, for I am the one who sees your heart in its entirety, who knows your unspoken questions and even the fleeting thoughts that drift across your mind. When you feel misinterpreted or judged, let my affirmation be enough to quiet the storm inside. You are my beloved, and I understand you completely. Rest in that knowledge, confident that your identity will not crumble under human misunderstanding. I, the Lord, define who you truly are. In the story of your life, there are chapters filled with laughter and triumph, while others bear heartache and challenges you never anticipated. Through each page turned, I remain your faithful author, penning a narrative of redemption and grace. You might wonder how adversity can coexist with my love, but know that trials often refine your character like gold in a fire, removing impurities and unveiling your true strength. When the heat intensifies, trust in my skillful hands to shape you into a vessel of greater purpose. As you yield to my refining process, you will discover deeper layers of resilience you never realized were within you. I see you wrestling with choices big and small, sometimes uncertain whether to move forward or wait, to speak or remain silent, to stay put or embark on a new journey. My counsel is available to you at all times. Simply ask, and I will guide you through whispers, through timely words from others, or through the gentle nudging of your own conscience. Remain open and listen carefully for my direction. It may not come in a dramatic moment, but in the stillness of your spirit, you will sense the right path. Keep your eyes on me, and do not worry about stumbling, for I will steady you in each step you take. When guilt tries to weigh you down, replaying past failures in the back of your mind, I invite you to remember that my forgiveness is far more potent than any mistake you have made. I have cast your transgressions as far as the east is from the west, refusing to recall them as an accusation against you. So let go of the shame that lingers, believing the truth that my sacrifice covers you fully. When doubts resurface, repeat the promise that you are redeemed, a new creation with a heart cleansed and a future open to infinite possibilities. Live free, my dear child, because I have broken your chains once and for all. There will be seasons when perseverance feels like an uphill climb, and you will be tempted to resign yourself to discouragement. In those stretches of difficulty, when the journey seems unending, fix your thoughts on my unwavering presence. Imagine yourself supported by heavenly arms that will never let you go. Even if the world tries to convince you that surrender is the only option, I offer you supernatural endurance to press on. Recall how my servant Paul found joy within a prison cell, praising my name in chains. That same spirit of triumphant resilience dwells in you, ready to surge forth as you lean on me. I commend you for each moment you choose kindness over anger, empathy over indifference, and patience over irritation. These decisions may look small, but they lay a foundation of goodness that fortifies your relationships and influences the atmosphere around you. Do not underestimate the impact of a gentle word or a patient pause. Through these daily gestures of love, you mirror my heart to a world craving compassion. I see these acts, and I smile upon your willingness to be an instrument of my peace, sowing grace where strife threatens to bloom. Keep sowing those seeds, for in due time, a harvest of blessing will emerge. If at times your heart grows cold or your passion seems to fade, do not let shame silence your prayers. Instead, come to me with those very feelings, exposing them to my light so that I can reignite the flame of devotion. Faith is not a static experience, but a dynamic relationship, an ongoing conversation. Sometimes the ebb and flow of emotion is part of being human, but remember that my steadfast love does not waver. In your weakest moments, I am still passionately pursuing you, urging you to return to my embrace. Let me rekindle your zeal and restore the fervor of your first love. I invite you to look at each new morning as a fresh page, unsoiled by yesterday's. My grace is renewed daily, sufficient to tackle whatever you may encounter. The dawn is like a gift, signifying another chance to walk in hope, to lean on my promises, and to trust that I will not fail you. When the sun sets and you reflect on the day's events, whisper your gratitude for the battles won, the lessons learned, and the blessings noticed. Then lay your head down in peace, secure in the knowledge that I watch over you through every hour of the night. My vigilance does not cease. I am not a distant deity, but a loving Father eager to see you flourish. Just as a gardener tends to every sprout, nurturing it toward growth, I prune away what hinders your potential so you can bear abundant fruit. Pruning might sting, as it could involve letting go of unhealthy habits or toxic relationships that drain you. But trust that I do all things to bring you closer to the masterpiece I envision. Remain in me, and your soul will blossom, becoming a channel for my love to flow freely to those around you. Let each day draw you closer to my heart, where true growth begins. When troubles swirl around your life like a tumultuous sea, I stand before you as a fortress, impenetrable to the fiercest winds. Yes, the storms may howl, and the waves may tower overhead, threatening to drown your optimism. But even if your faith seems as small as a mustard seed, it can move mountains when placed in me. Stand upon my word, knowing that nothing can separate you from my protective care. Though you might be tested, you will not be destroyed, because you are tethered to the Almighty. Look up when the waters rage, for I am extending my hand to pull you above the fray. Sometimes you fear that your prayers remain unheard, or that I might grow weary of your repeated requests. Let go of that fear and trust my boundless capacity to listen. I do not get tired of your voice. I treasure each heartfelt plea, and even the prayers you abandon because you think they are too small or not worth mentioning. Bring them all to me, and trust that in due time you will see the fruit of your petitions. Whether you see an immediate shift or wait patiently for transformation, know that I am weaving everything together in a tapestry of perfect timing. You carry within you a spark of my divine essence, a heavenly blueprint that shapes who you are at your core. This spark is what leads you to long for righteousness, what drives you to care for others, and what calls you toward a destiny bigger than yourself. When culture tries to conform you into a mold that strays from this blueprint, guard your heart by grounding yourself in my truths. Spend time in Scripture, meditating on the stories of my faithfulness throughout generations, and witness how I never abandon those who cling to me. Let these truths bolster your identity as my beloved child. I know that sometimes the voices of regret echo loudly, reminding you of roads you wish you had not taken, or words you wish you had not spoken. My dearest, do not let that sense of regret bind you. My grace is always sufficient to redeem every detour and to restore every broken season. While you cannot rewrite your past, you can entrust it to me, allowing me to transform scars into testimonies of my healing power. Do not let shame define you any longer, for I see the radiant potential within you that is not tarnished by your errors. Embrace my forgiveness fully and step forward without the chains of yesterday. When you find yourself wrestling with anger or frustration, especially toward those who have caused you hurt, pause and seek my counsel. Harboring bitterness only weighs down your spirit, keeping you tethered to past pain. Instead, trust me to avenge and to heal, believing that I will work justice in my perfect way and time. Release those burdens, lifting them up in prayer, and allow my healing to flow through every place your soul feels wounded. In doing so, you open yourself to a peace that surpasses human understanding, a peace that stands as a testament to my restorative love. I have appointed you to shine in your community, whether that circle is large or small. Your words have the power to bring hope. Your gestures can sow compassion, and your prayers can spark miracles. Do not underestimate the influence you carry when you walk hand in hand with me. Let your life be a testament to my mercy, a living letter of grace that others can read even before they open a Bible for themselves. When you see a weary soul, offer kindness in my name. When you sense someone in despair, speak life with the understanding that I am the source of every uplifting word. At times, you might question whether you are truly equipped for the responsibilities and opportunities placed before you. Hear me. I would not ask you to walk a path I have not prepared you to traverse. Your gifts, experiences, and even your perceived limitations are part of my intricate design for your calling. If you feel overwhelmed, remember that I used ordinary fishermen to spread my message to nations, and I used a young shepherd boy to topple a giant. In my hands, every weakness can become a strength, and every shortfall can become a platform for my glory. Believe that I am working even through your insufficiencies. Consider the lilies of the field and the birds of the air. They neither toil nor spin, yet they are beautifully adorned and never lack what they need. Take a lesson from their quiet trust. How much more will I provide for you, my precious creation, when you lean on my sustaining love? I do not overlook your needs, be they physical, emotional, or spiritual. Let this assurance fill your heart with serenity, dispelling fear about tomorrow. I am a God who sees every sparrow that falls, and you are worth far more than many sparrows. Release your anxieties to me and discover the joy of abiding in my care. When relationships around you crumble or disappoint, when promises are broken and trust is eroded, I stand as the friend who never fails, the companion who remains steadfast through every heartache. My shoulders are broad enough for your tears, and my embrace is large enough for your sorrows. Turn to me when you feel abandoned or betrayed, and I will pour comfort into the wounds. With time and my healing power, even these painful experiences can be transformed into wisdom and a deeper capacity for empathy. It may not happen overnight, but step by step, I will rebuild what was shattered. I see the dreams that lie dormant within you, the visions you once held dear but have since pushed aside due to fear or disappointment. Revive them in my presence. Ask me if they align with my will, and if so, allow my spirit to reignite them with fresh enthusiasm. Do not stifle the passions I have instilled in your heart merely because of setbacks. My timing and ways differ from yours, and often I allow delays to refine your character or to prepare the circumstances for their proper unfolding. Persist in hope, trusting that no dream anchored in my purpose will be left unfulfilled. There is a battle raging for your attention and affection, with many distractions vying for priority in your life. Yet remember that your soul was formed for communion with me. When you notice your focus drifting to lesser things, trivial worries, superficial pursuits, or fleeting pleasures, come back to the quiet place of prayer. There, let me realign your perspective and remind you of eternal realities. Seek first my kingdom, and all these other needs will be met. You do not need to chase approval or chase material success as the world dictates. Instead, center yourself in my love and watch how I open the floodgates of true blessing. In moments when your spirit feels restless, longing for something beyond your grasp, recognize that this yearning is a call toward deeper fellowship with me. Let that holy discontent prompt you to explore my word more earnestly, to seek my face in prayer, and to surround yourself with those who encourage your faith. Restlessness isn't always negative. It can be the stirring that propels you into growth and broader horizons. Instead of numbing it with temporary fixes, channel it into a passionate pursuit of me. In that pursuit, you will find the satisfaction your soul craves, and a joy that persists even when external circumstances waver. I encourage you to learn from each trial you face. Trials can be grueling teachers, but they impart lessons of faith, perseverance, and compassion that prosperity often cannot. When you emerge from a valley, you do so stronger, wiser, and more empathetic to those who find themselves in similar places of difficulty. Embrace these lessons and let them shape your testimony. In speaking of what you have overcome, you become a beacon for others, showing that my grace is sufficient in every circumstance. Keep in mind that even in your darkest seasons, my light can shine most brilliantly, guiding both you and those around you toward hope. My child, I know you long for clarity in every situation, for a roadmap that details each twist and turn of the road ahead. Yet I ask you to walk by faith, not by sight. If I revealed everything at once, you would not learn to depend on me daily. Trust is nurtured in the unknown, in those places where you cannot see the path but choose to hold my hand anyway. Step by step, day by day, place your confidence in my good intentions for your life. When you look back, you will be amazed at how intricately I have woven each thread of your story. I see how hard you work to maintain peace in your relationships, your community, and even within your own heart. Your efforts do not go unnoticed, and your desire to be a peacemaker aligns with my heart for reconciliation. However, do not confuse peacemaking with accepting injustice or tolerating abuse. You can stand for righteousness while still extending mercy. Seek me for wisdom on how to address conflict with grace and firmness. In every confrontation, invite my presence, and you will discover solutions that go beyond human reasoning. Remember how my son exemplified perfect balance, gentle with the wounded, yet unyielding against evil. In those times when your feet are planted on a mountaintop of blessings, remember to remain humble and grateful. Prosperity can be a test as much as adversity is. Give thanks for the good gifts you receive, acknowledging that every blessing flows from my hand. Share your abundance with those in need, reflecting my generosity to a world often plagued by scarcity. In doing so, you will safeguard your heart from pride and cultivate an even greater sense of gratitude. Stay mindful. that I am the source of every good and perfect gift, the fountain that never runs dry. When loneliness creeps in and your heart yearns for companionship or validation, recall that you are eternally connected to me, the truest lover of your soul. No human relationship can fully satisfy the profound longing I planted within you, a longing designed to draw you into deeper intimacy with me. I appreciate your relationships with family and friends, and I bless them, but do not rely solely on them to fill that God-shaped space in your heart. Allow my presence to be your anchor, especially in those solitary hours when the world is quiet and your thoughts turn inward. Let my love suffice, and you will find your loneliness transformed into solitude, infused with divine sweetness. I realize that you carry responsibilities that often weigh heavily on you, from caring for loved ones to fulfilling obligations at work or in your community. When you feel the pressure mounting, pause and invite my guidance. I will show you where to invest your energy and where to gently say no. Learning to distinguish between what is essential in my plan and what is mere busyness is vital to your well-being. Place your tasks in my capable hands and let me help you prioritize. You need not do it all alone. I am here, always ready to shoulder the weight of your burdens. Every tear you cry is precious to me. I store them in a metaphorical bottle, a vivid reminder that your sorrow is not overlooked or dismissed. Though you may feel anguish now, know that joy comes in the morning. This promise is not a hollow cliche, but a truth rooted in my character. Even if today feels steeped in mourning, do not lose sight of my ability to bring beauty from ashes. I have done it countless times before, raising Joseph from slavery to rulership, turning the weeping of Hannah into a song of motherhood, and restoring broken hearts throughout the ages. Trust that I will do it again for you. In your pursuit of a meaningful life, you might feel the pull toward bigger goals, grander visions, or more tangible achievements. While these aspirations have their place, never forget the eternal perspective. The small acts of love and moments of kindness often have the most profound impact in my kingdom. The simplest gesture, like offering a cup of water in my name or lending a listening ear to a troubled friend, can resonate throughout eternity. Do not undervalue the sacredness of each seemingly ordinary day. Carry my love in your eyes and my compassion in your words, and you will transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Whenever you sense your heart growing calloused from life's disappointments, come to me and let my spirit soften those hardened places. Forgiveness and healing are ongoing processes, sometimes needing to be revisited repeatedly. That's okay. I am patient with you, and I applaud every step you take toward wholeness. If you trip along the way, do not let shame silence your progress. Bring your bruises to me, and I will nurse them with divine care. My healing power knows no limitations, and my desire is for you to walk free, shedding the burdens that once weighed you down. I urge you to use the gifts I have placed within you, not burying them out of fear of failure or rejection. Perhaps you have a talent for music, a heart for service, a gift for teaching, or a knack for bringing hope to those in despair. Whatever it is, remember that I entrusted you with that ability for a purpose. Step out in faith, even if trembling, and offer what you have. Watch how I multiply your efforts, turning your modest contribution into a blessing that touches countless lives. Never underestimate the ripple effect of a gift dedicated to my glory. When you stand on the edge of a decision and fear grips you, recall the countless times I have proven myself faithful to generations past. The Red Sea parted, Jericho's walls tumbled, and the mighty Goliath fell, all because my people placed their confidence in me rather than their own limitations. I remain the same God, mighty to save, unchanging in love, ever present in times of need. Take courage and let your faith in my sovereign power override the uncertainties swirling around you. Trust that as you step out, I will catch you if you stumble and guide you on paths of righteousness. I see every act of worship you offer, whether it is expressed in heartfelt singing, quiet reflection, or even in your steadfast commitment to perform your daily tasks with integrity. Worship is a posture of the heart, a recognition that I am worthy of your adoration in all areas of life. In your highs and lows, in your moments of triumph and your seasons of struggle, let worship be a constant. As you lift your heart to me, your perspective shifts from the weight of circumstances to the majesty of my presence. Let that shift bring you the peace that transcends human understanding. In the days ahead, there will be tests of your faith, moments where you must decide whether to cling to my promises or yield to the world's doubts. Prepare your heart now by steeping it in my word and cultivating a consistent relationship with me. Like a soldier readied for battle, equip yourself with the armor of faith, hope, and love. You need not stand unarmed against adversity. I have given you truth as a shield, righteousness as a breastplate, and salvation as a helmet. Step into the future bravely, knowing you do not fight alone, for I am at your side, ensuring victory over each trial. When your spirit feels dry and you sense a desert season approaching, let that drive you to seek the living water I offer. I am an inexhaustible wellspring, able to refresh you and replenish your soul. Drink deeply of my presence by lingering in prayer, reading scripture slowly, and opening your heart to receive my love anew. Even in a wilderness place, I can make streams flow where none existed before. Trust that I will rejuvenate you, allowing your roots to go deeper into my grace so you can flourish, even in conditions that appear barren on the surface. My love for you is not transactional, reliant upon your performance or achievements. Rather, it is an abiding love, boundless and unconditional. I have chosen you from the foundation of the world, and I hold you with a love that surpasses the comprehension of the human mind. When you question your value, look at the cross and see the lengths I went to rescue you. Let that truth reshape your self-image and remind you that you are treasured beyond words. Each day, wake up in the security of my love, letting it anchor your spirit and guide you forward in unwavering confidence. Think about the seasons in nature. Winter, spring, summer, and fall each serve their purpose in the rhythm of growth and rest. So it is with the seasons of your life. Sometimes you experience the blooms of spring, where hope abounds, and other times you traverse the colder months of waiting and hidden progress. Do not lose heart in winter seasons, for beneath the surface, seeds are preparing to burst forth at the appointed time. Trust my timing and do not rush your growth process. Embrace the lessons each season imparts, for I orchestrate them to refine and bless you. If the demands of life overwhelm you to the point of weariness, remember my invitation. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. This rest is more than a physical reprieve. It is a deep, soul-level tranquility that transcends the chaos of your surroundings. Lay down your striving and let me carry your concerns, just as a shepherd carries the weary lamb. True rest is found not in idleness, but in harmonizing your spirit with mine, aligning your desires with my perfect will. In that alignment, you will discover the renewing strength to tackle every challenge. Be patient with yourself, even as I am patient with you. Spiritual growth does not happen in a single leap. It unfolds steadily, often imperceptibly, like a flower blossoming under the morning sun. You may not see immediate progress every day, but I do. I see the subtle changes in your heart, the shifts in your attitude, the quiet surrenders you make behind closed doors. Rejoice in the small victories, for they are stepping stones to greater breakthroughs. At the right time, you will look back and see how far we have come together, and it will fill your heart with gratitude. Hear my words of promise. I will not forsake you in your weakness, nor will I reject you in your failures. You can stand with boldness before me, not because of your own merit, but because of my Son's sacrifice. Live in that freedom, unafraid to draw near, unashamed to confess your faults. I already know them, and still I call you mine. Let that security embolden you to grow in holiness, to pursue righteousness not out of fear of punishment, but as an act of love. When you fall, rise again, and let me guide you onward with a gentle hand. In your interactions with the world, be mindful to reflect my character. Offer forgiveness freely, show compassion to the struggling, stand firm in truth, and maintain a humble heart. Your actions speak volumes about who I am to those who have not yet encountered me. You need not preach from a stage to make an impact. Your life can be a living sermon. When you love without condition, serve without seeking reward, and remain steadfast in adversity, people will see a glimpse of my heart through you. Embrace that calling with joy, knowing I am with you every step of the way. Sometimes you may feel that your prayers lack eloquence, that your words falter or trail off into uncertain silence. Rest assured, I delight in your authentic cries. It is not the grandeur of your sentences, but the sincerity of your heart that moves me. If words fail you entirely, groan in your spirit or simply whisper my name. My ear is tuned to even the faintest murmur of your soul. Cherish these intimate moments, for prayer is the sacred bridge linking your heart and mine. In the simplicity of heartfelt communion, you uncover the depth of my compassion and the height of my power. Let gratitude be the constant melody of your life. When you wake up, thank me for the gift of a new day. When you find a moment of laughter amid stress, remember who granted you that joy. When you see even a small victory, acknowledge my hand in it. Gratitude reorients your spirit, shifting your focus from what you lack to what you possess in abundance. It opens your eyes to everyday miracles, a blooming flower, a kind word, a gentle breeze on a hot day. In gratitude, you align yourself with the truth that I am your provider and sustainer, always attentive to your needs. I understand that forgiving yourself may be one of the hardest tasks you face. Regret runs deep, and sometimes you think, if you cling to self-condemnation, you are atoning for your errors. But hear me, my atonement is enough. If I have chosen to remember your sins no more, who are you to hold them against yourself? Step into the grace that has already been lavishly poured out upon you. Break the cycle of self-blame, and instead let humility and gratitude motivate you to live differently. I am the God of second chances, third chances, and countless more. Accept my kindness and walk free. In times of celebration, do not forget to invite me into your joy. I love rejoicing with you as much as I love comforting you in sorrow. The laughter of your heart is a melody to me, and your successes are opportunities to reflect my goodness. If you achieved a milestone, overcame an obstacle, or received unexpected favor, lift up a shout of praise. Share the story with others, allowing your testimony to inspire their faith. When I bless you, it is never just for you alone. Let that overflow spill into the lives of those around you, spreading the fragrance of blessing wherever you go. Even as I love you personally and intimately, I also call you to be part of a greater family, my church, the community of believers striving together for a common purpose. Do not isolate yourself from fellowship. In gathering with others, you discover collective strength, shared wisdom, and mutual encouragement. When one is weak, the others lift them up. When one rejoices, all celebrate. You become a living tapestry of my love, each thread contributing something essential. So bear with one another in love, bearing each other's burdens, and in doing so, fulfill my law of love. This unity will be a powerful witness to the world. My precious child, I see how life's injustices can unsettle your heart, leaving you angry or resentful. You might wonder why I allow certain events or why evil seems to gain ground. But remember, I am sovereign, and my justice is not delayed. It is precise and measured, taking into account every soul, every situation, every hidden motive. Trust that I am far from indifferent. Your cries for justice do not fall on deaf ears. I will right every wrong, if not now, then in the fullness of my perfect timing. Let that assurance quell your anger and replace it with the peace of knowing I reign. Each breath you draw is a declaration that your journey is ongoing, that I am not finished writing your story. There is grace for every new day, hope for every new challenge, and mercy for every new failure. Embrace the present moment, for it is a gift brimming with possibilities to love, to learn, and to extend kindness. Do not let your mind drift too far into the future, losing sight of the beauty unfolding before your very eyes. I am with you in the here and now, offering my presence as the sweetest treasure you can hold. Drink it in and discover a wellspring of peace. If you ever doubt my heart for you, open the scriptures and revisit my promises. See how I loved my people through rebellion, idolatry, exile, and despair. Observe how my compassion moved me to act on behalf of the broken, the marginalized, and the contrite. Those same promises stand for you today. I have not changed. My love remains steadfast. Let my words feed your soul as daily bread, providing nourishment that transcends physical sustenance. Make my word your shelter, and you will not be shaken, no matter how fierce the storm that comes against you. When confusion fogs your mind and the path ahead seems twisted by conflicting advice, pause and seek my spirit. He is your counselor, your comforter, the one who reveals truth and brings clarity. Be open to the quiet conviction that stirs within you, guiding you toward righteousness. The Holy Spirit dwells in you to empower, correct, encourage, and shape you into my likeness. Let yourself be led by that gentle voice, rather than the deafening clamor of the world. Time spent with me will sharpen your discernment, equipping you to navigate life's complexities with grace and boldness. I want you to recall that every trial you endure has the potential to become a triumph, not through your own might, but through my power. You are more than a conqueror when you anchor your faith in my love. Even if you are bruised in battle, you will not be defeated, for my spirit within you is greater than any force assailing you. Let this truth lift your head high when adversity strikes. Rise each morning with renewed resolve, knowing that my unlimited resources stand at your disposal, ready to carry you over every obstacle, under every burden, and around every pitfall. Consider how I formed you within your mother's womb, crafting each detail of your being with intentional care. This intricate design speaks to the complexity of my love for you. I have invested so much into your existence, infusing your life with purpose and meaning. Whenever you feel insignificant, return to this fundamental truth. You were created with divine precision and set upon this earth for such a time as this. Seek my face to uncover the full extent of your calling. Let my delight in you be the wind in your sails, guiding you toward every destiny I have laid out. I see how you yearn for tangible signs of my care, perhaps a miraculous healing, a sudden financial breakthrough, or an unmistakable answer to a lingering question. While I do grant miracles, I also work in subtle, almost imperceptible ways, weaving threads of grace into daily life. Open your eyes to my quiet interventions, a timely word of encouragement, a door that closes to spare you from greater harm, a surprising burst of strength exactly when you need it. These too are my miracles, small jewels that shine my faithfulness into your routine. Treasure them, for they are proof that I never cease working on your behalf. When weariness seeps into your soul, urging you to give up on the battles you are fighting, remember that I have pledged never to abandon you. Even when your strength fails, mine remains infinite. My son carried the weight of the cross up a hill, driven by love that refused to quit. That same persevering love undergirds you now. Lean into me, trust in my might, and allow my spirit to breathe renewed vitality into your heart. You are not alone in your struggle. I am right beside you, providing the power to endure and the promise of ultimate victory. I encourage you to meditate on my blessings, the warmth of the sun, the gift of friendships, the abundance of nature, and the daily strength to face new challenges. Such reflection combats worry, turning your focus from what's wrong to what's right, from scarcity to my generous provision. As you dwell on these blessings, your heart will overflow with thankfulness, and anxiety will find less space to take root. Cultivate a lifestyle of praise, because in praise you rediscover the magnitude of who I am, a caring, omnipotent God who holds the cosmos yet stoops low to wipe away your tears. The fruit of your faith is demonstrated in how you love others. Let that love be an outpouring of the compassion I have lavished upon you. Seek to understand rather than to judge. Be quick to forgive and slow to anger. Offer a gentle hand to those who have stumbled, mindful that you too rely on my grace every day. In so doing, you become an ambassador of my kingdom, reflecting its values of mercy and unity in a fractured world. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you will witness the harvest of love you have diligently sown. Take courage in my abiding presence. Even if you ascend to the highest mountain or descend into the deepest valley, there I am, waiting for you with open arms. My spirit accompanies you into every board meeting, every classroom, every hospital ward, every lonely apartment. You never venture forth alone. When you feel overwhelmed by obligations or uncertain about your next step, silence your racing thoughts and remember, I am here with you. Let that reality fill you with a calm assurance, disarming the fear that tries to keep you paralyzed. Step forward in faith, for I walk beside you. If you ever feel unworthy of my affection, remember that the cross forever attests to the depths of my love. I saw you at your lowest and still chose to sacrifice everything to bring you close. Let that truth silence the voice of condemnation that tries to convince you otherwise. Because of my sacrifice, you stand in the fullness of forgiveness, clothed in righteousness not your own. Stand in that identity with humility and assurance, knowing that you cannot earn my love, it is freely bestowed. Rejoice in this unmerited gift, and let it transform the way you view yourself and the way you treat others. In this fast-paced world, rest can seem elusive, a luxury you can scarcely afford. Yet I insist you prioritize time to be still. Even I set an example by resting on the seventh day after creating the world, demonstrating the importance of pause. Quiet your mind, disconnect from ceaseless activity, and be present in my company. Here, in the sanctuary of stillness, I will revive your spirit, reveal truths you've overlooked in the bustle, and anchor you in a serenity that cannot be found in the noise. Let this sacred rest become your refuge and a testament to those around you that you trust me to sustain you. My promises are not empty words. They stand firm like mountains, unshakable by the storms of doubt or discouragement. Throughout the generations, I have made covenants with my people, and each covenant reflects my unwavering fidelity. From Noah and the rainbow to David and the eternal throne, I have proven myself faithful. Believe that my promises apply to you too. When you worry, cling to them, recite them, let them shape your outlook. In doing so, you build your life upon an immovable foundation. Though the rains may beat upon you, they will not erode the rock of my word. I invite you to dream again, to resurrect the visions that once ignited your spirit. If the light of those dreams has dimmed, bring them to me. I will fan the embers, reigniting a blaze of purpose within you. My plans for you extend far beyond what you see today. Trust in my sovereignty and dare to hope. If your dreams align with my heart, no force can thwart them. If they need refining, trust that I, as the master potter, will shape them into something even more splendid than you initially imagined. Step out in faith, believing that the best is yet to come. You may question your path, wonder if you veered off course or lost time through mistakes. But I, the one who set the stars in the heavens, can realign your steps with a single word. Present your paths to me, inviting my spirit to direct your ways. Even if you have wandered, you are never beyond my reach. I turn lost wanderers into purposeful travelers, guiding them with my loving hand. Your past does not nullify your future. Indeed, I specialize in bringing beauty from chaos. Let me rewrite your narrative, weaving the threads of your missteps into a tapestry of redemption. In the twilight of your doubts, remember that you are part of a grand story, a tapestry of grace weaving through history. You inherit the legacy of those who persevered, who believed when all evidence suggested otherwise. I have not changed, and the same power that raised the dead and healed the sick is at work within you now. Keep this perspective, reminding yourself that life's challenges are momentary against the vast backdrop of eternity. When obstacles stand in your way, see them as opportunities to witness my power. Trust me to complete the good work I began in you. I assure you that no matter how far you feel from me, I am but a breath away. Your closeness to me is not determined by emotional highs, but by the position of your heart. If your heart is set on seeking me, I will draw near to you, flooding your spirit with the warmth of my presence. Do not discount the simplicity of a heartfelt, "Help me, Lord." Such words move my heart because they express dependence and trust. When you feel lost, simply call my name and know that I respond, bridging the distance with my relentless love. Even as the world changes at a pace that can be unsettling, technology advancing, moral standards shifting, and chaos seemingly increasing, my word remains the anchor of truth. Ground yourself in the everlasting principles of Scripture, for in them you find the blueprint for a life that honors me. While fads come and go, my truth endures, a beacon guiding you through the fog of uncertainty. Study, reflect, and apply it, allowing my wisdom to refine your thoughts and choices. As you do, you will navigate this changing landscape with unwavering courage, standing firm even when the sands of culture shift beneath your feet. I know you have moments of isolation, times you feel that no one truly comprehends the depth of your struggles. But my dear child, I created you and know every facet of your existence. Nothing in your experience is foreign to me. As Jesus walked the earth, he tasted betrayal, weariness, and heartbreak. This is why my empathy for you runs so deep. There is no wilderness you wander in that I have not traversed. So lift your eyes, for I stand ready to guide you, to counsel you with understanding eyes and a heart that beats with compassion for your every need. Allow yourself to step outside of the familiar, to take holy risks guided by my spirit. Perhaps it is sharing your faith with a coworker, starting a ministry that serves the marginalized, or simply extending kindness to a stranger. As you venture beyond your comfort zone, you exercise your trust in my guidance and provision. Do not be afraid of failing or looking foolish. I use the courageous and the willing, multiplying their efforts in ways they cannot foresee. When you step out in boldness, you join a lineage of faith-filled individuals who saw miracles unfold because they believed in my ability to work through them. I hold the blueprint of your destiny, and in my blueprint, no detail is overlooked. The talents you possess, the lessons you've learned, and even the tears you've cried all fit into my grand design. Offer them up to me, and let me weave them into something beautiful. When you feel sidelined or stuck, trust that I am preparing a new chapter. I know the exact moment to move you forward, to open the right doors, and to supply the resources you need. Instead of wrestling with impatience, lean into a posture of surrender, confident that my timing, though mysterious, is always perfect. In the calm of dawn or in the hush of evening, find a moment to still your heart and hear the echoes of my voice. It may come as a gentle nudge in your spirit, a verse that suddenly resonates, or a phrase that lingers in your mind. Do not disregard these subtle impressions. I speak in myriad ways, and being attuned to, my whisper is a skill developed over time. The more you cultivate quietness and expectation, the clearer my voice becomes. Remember Elijah, who encountered me not in the earthquake or the fire, but in a still, small voice. I am still speaking. Listen and find life. Revisit the wonders I have performed in your own past. The obstacles overcome, the provisions made, the healings granted, the relationships restored. Keep these testimonies at the forefront of your mind, for they serve as spiritual landmarks, proof that I am active and faithful. When fresh challenges arise, remember that the same God who intervened before is with you now. Memorialize those victories in your heart. Let them fuel your praise and empower your prayers. I am consistent across the ages, the same God who parted seas and crumbled walls, and I remain ready to demonstrate my might in your life. You are on a pilgrimage, forging a path with each deliberate step toward the fullness of my promises. Cherish the journey itself, for growth happens along the way, not just at the destination. Each sunrise offers a new chance to deepen your faith, strengthen your resolve, and experience my goodness. When you stumble, I am there to offer my hand. When you rejoice, I dance with you in celebration. When the night feels endless, I shine my light to guide you through. Trust that I have equipped you with everything you need, and be assured that I walk every mile by your side. As we draw near to the end of this message, let me impress upon you the unchanging nature of my love. It does not rise and fall like the tides, nor does it waver with your moods or achievements. It is steadfast, anchored in my eternal promise. No height nor depth, no present nor future, can pry you from my embrace. Even if the entire world stands against you, I remain for you, championing your cause. Let this certainty bathe your mind in peace. You are shielded by my everlasting arms, forever held, forever safe. I bless you now, extending my favor over your life, your dreams, and your family. Walk forward in my peace, which transcends the chaotic swirl of circumstances. Know that I surround you with my presence and have set angels to guard your ways. Believe wholeheartedly that tomorrow is bright, for my goodness is not a fleeting notion, but a sure promise. Reflect on my faithfulness. Let hope blossom in your soul and press ahead with courage. My dear child, the journey continues, and you will see wonders yet. Stand firm in the assurance that the best is still unfolding, and rest in my infinite, unbreakable love.